Okay, so here we are on deployment. Made it in one piece. Everybody made it in one piece. We got settled for our first week of hanging out and goofing around, and we had temperature scans all over the place. Everywhere you want to go, you got to get your temperature scanned, and it is what it is. They're doing the best they can over here with that. Finally get to move onto the ship and take it over from our sister crew and relieve them so they can go home, which is what we do. We have a little swappy kind of thing. First night on board though, I got all my stuff unpacked. I got moved into my room. Very first night, I start having pain. Lower trunk pain, starting from the back, wrapping around to the front of my abdomen. Freaking kidney stones. Process of passing a stone. Not sure. A lot of pain. It started at the back. My lower right side moved around to the front. Now it's like a whole band. I've had that before. Just waiting to start throwing up. Well, here we are. Back in the hospital, waiting on scan results. Alright, so a little bit different than last time. I have a blockage this time. So that's cool. I have to have surgery, sort of. Minor lasery surgery. Awesome. I had surgery. Felt shittier after surgery after it than I did before I went in after the meds. Feeling pretty rough a little bit still. But, you know, hopefully gonna be on the up and up. We got kidney stones. Again. So, I made it out in one piece. I, had a much worse experience than I've had in the past. This is not my first time dealing with a kidney stone. This is just the first time that it put me down in the way that it did this time. So previously I had a stone pass on its own. It was about 2 millimeters, and I had to go to the emergency room. I got given, you know, the good stuff in the emergency room, and they told me that I had multiple stones, which I'd never, you know, I don't drink a lot of pop. I don't drink extremely sugary beverages. I have a lot of sugar, I guess, in my diet, so that could be where it comes from. I eat too much candy. But my previous experience was that I had a lot of small stones. I even got scanned before I went on deployment, and I was told I have multiple small stones. So when I came on deployment, I brought a couple of medications with me. One of them was Flomax, and Flomax is supposed to help enlargen all of the tubes to help things go through in case I started to have a stone event, and then some anti-nausea meds, because from the first experience I got sick over and over and over again to the point where I was throwing up like foam while the stone was passing. So this time though, the pain would escalate and I wouldn't throw up, which was strange. I wasn't getting there. Like it was it was staying at a level that was difficult to handle, but not the point that used to push me over to throw up. So I wasn't throwing up, and I wasn't sure whether or not to take the Flomax or when I was supposed to take it. I'm glad I didn't, because it ends up that the thing was really big. So I'm glad I didn't take the Flomax, because it's possible the stone would have been stuck somewhere else that it shouldn't have been. And it was already in a bad spot. And yeah, so I had a giant stone that they had to remove. This one was 1/2 centimeter, which is much larger than they said anything I had was. I don't know. All my baby stones must have combined to make a giant stone. It's decided the perfect time to kill me was the beginning of deployment in a foreign country, you know. Thank God this is a modern place with a modern hospital and modern docs and scopes and stuff. It basically ended up sticking like a pickle grabber claw up there, breaking up the stone and grabbing it, pulling it out. Oh, I was wrecked. I was wrecked. So yeah, that was that. I spent the night in the hospital, and then I went home to ship with a bunch of drugs, and I was told to stay down for a week, but we started out with 3 days. 3 days where I was pretty much just supposed to stay in my room on drugs and come out of my room to eat and then go back to my room. So that was kind of lame. It's kind of like being imprisoned, you know, imprisoned on the boat, but did what it had to do. And then after a couple days, after the first, you know, initial healing, I tried to go to the gym. I did a little bit on bench, and even in that fully like arched extended position, you know, I still felt kind of tender in my abdomen. So I didn't like being off program for so long, but it is what it is. You gotta take care of your body. Speaking of which, I don't know what's causing the stones. Some people chalk it up to protein, but even when I'm prepping for a meet, I don't go over 90 grams, and that's way below, you know, gram per body weight, you know, the normal recommended stuff, way below. So pretty sure that's not it. Maybe it's the sugar. Either way, I've started an apple cider vinegar routine that I hate. I hate it. But between that and just trying to mitigate the sugars I take in, hopefully this is the last time I get sent to the hospital for a kidney stone.